Yo, 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 what's up? What's really good? It's your boy Brandon Brevon Towns, host of that show called Sports Plus Life. Yo, we doing a Sports Plus Life talking ish. I just had the podcast drop just a few minutes ago. But if you guys listen, I wanted to have my brother on. I had Cud and David on, but I wanted my brother Sean on so we could talk about these issues. So guess what? No background music, no sound effects. It's just me and my bro. What up, homie?
What's good, man?
Ain't nothing much, man. You know, hey, listen. First of all, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I kind of wanted some theme music. I'm kind of sad you saying.
Oh, well, you know what?
Right now.
Well, I tell you what.
All right, I'm good.
I tell you what. Just because you asked, I will put some music in the background when we done. You ain't got to worry about that. When you listen to it, you'll hear theme music just because you asked.
Yeah.
Okay? But we talked about on, what the fuck was it? Saturday night. We talked about the issues that's going on in sports. We talked about Kyler Murray. But now, my nigga, we got to, breaking news. Every time I think I'm going to have a week off, I don't. Because content just keeps coming and coming and coming. Deshaun Watson, what's your thoughts?
I kind of felt that he was going to get something not too out of this world. Like everybody was talking about a whole full season. I mean, the man ain't even played last season, basically. So, they probably going to do some time served stuff. Being that they gave him his little 6 games. I pretty much believe that they were going to do that anyway. So, I mean, ain't no surprise to me. And you know how I feel about the situation. I feel like they did put him out there, but now that I didn't, kind of heard everything, he might have done a lot of that stuff. he might deserve more than 6 games, though. But, I mean, hey, I kind of figured they were going to just give him 6 games. That's just like the mandate for everything. It's 6 games.
Well, here's the thing about 6 games. Like you said earlier, he already missed last season, all of last season, because of said events that have been happening that I guess just came to a conclusion today, or at least we think. So, if you are, the NFL Players Association already said that they are not going to appeal the decision. They said this a couple of days ago as if they had an inside tip of knowing what the final decision was going to be. If you're Roger Goodell in the NFL office, a judge, an actual certified judge, has given her decision, and this is a decision without bias. This is a decision strictly made off of facts. If you're Roger Goodell, do you appeal this and try to give him a longer suspension?
That's tough. I'm going to tell you why it's tough. Because, first of all, she kind of, from what I've been hearing, she kind of made the decision based off of, as far as the suspension, based off of previous cases. But the whole thing about it is that the reason that they gave her the power to do that is because they didn't want to do anything, they didn't want to be involved, and they felt like the way that they were doing things wasn't good. So why would you go back and just base it off of the previous cases on the amount of time of suspension that you give to Deshaun Watson was beyond me. That's the first thing. Second thing is, like, this is her first one. So if you appeal it, you basically, you made a mistake by giving her the opportunity to be the one that makes these decisions. I mean, this is the first time that she's making a decision on what to do based on the allegations and everything that's been going on with him and what he should be suspended on. So, I mean, if you don't do anything, then it's like, you know what I mean? It's basically saying, like, you cool with whatever he did and stuff like that, and then it's going to be an outcry from everybody else that, of the situation, like he should be suspended based on what he did to these women. So, I mean, they're in a tough situation on what they plan on doing with all of this. I mean, me personally, if I'm right there, I'm just like, look, we gave her this opportunity to do this. This is what y'all wanted, because y'all said that basically we wasn't doing what we were supposed to do or giving the right kind of suspension based on what this player was done. We feel like whatever she did, we're going to back it up. So 6 games is what it's going to be.
Well, this is how I feel about it, and I said this earlier on the podcast, but I'll word it a little different. And I don't disagree with anything that you just said. One reason why this was given to an independent arbitrator is because people in the NFL circles believe that Roger Goodell simply had too much power to play judge, jury, and executioner. You're looking at cases like, okay, the Ezekiel Elliott case, the Ben Roethlisberger case, the Ray Rice case. Well, okay, I'm going to exclude Ray Rice. But those other cases where there was no criminal charges filed, but yet Roger Goodell would take it in his own power to act as if he was the judicial system. And the NFLPA was pretty much getting tired of that, saying, hey, the NFL is not the law. The NFL, I mean, you can suspend a player all you want, but you're not putting that player in jail. That's the judicial system's job. And they left it to a judge who, this is her, she was a judge. This is what she do. You know what I'm saying? She is certified criminal law. This is what she went to school for. And if I'm Roger Goodell, I'm leaving this alone because wow, they're like, when I talked to Tony earlier, he's a Cowboys fan who's not really happy with the decision, but he's basing that on what Ezekiel Elliott got 6 years ago. But here's the difference. Ezekiel Elliott's decision came strictly from Roger Goodell. They didn't go to an independent arbitrator for Zeke's decision. I'm not messing with it because, for one, this is a football season getting ready to come up. This is the most anticipated football season possibly ever.
Yes, sir.
So, do you really want that cloud hanging over your head, the 6 year? Because bottom line, the fact that he was not criminally charged, sometime or another, he's going to be a quarterback in the NFL again. So whenever he suits up in an NFL uniform, there's the shitstorm that's going to come. Would you rather just get that out the way when week 7 comes and he's eligible to come back? Or would you rather just linger on for another whole football season, even though the guy's already set out a season because of this?
Too mad, though, is what you said. You said the lingering cloud, because from what I'm hearing, looking at the Cleveland fans, they clapping and loving the man when he on the stand. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be outside noise, but as long as that city, them owners don't care, as long as that city don't care.
The Cleveland fans don't care, but you know, Sean, we in a Me Too era now.
Bro, I know they care, bro, but I mean, they ain't buying them tickets. So,
that's true.
That's why they don't care, bro.
Yeah, hold on 1 second, Sean. I got Cutting David. David, wake your ass up. You said what? Hey, are you free for a 3-way with me and Sean?
Oh, hell no.
3-way conversation, you nasty bastard. What'd you say, David? Huh? So can I call you on my house phone? Huh? Wake your ass up. Sean just said wake your bitch ass up.
Don't you put me in this shit.
Well, I got you on wax saying hit me up tomorrow, bro. I'm glad I got that much out that nigga. Anyway,
Hey, Dad, I want to beat me up. That's glad.
But I hear you about those Cleveland fans, but you know how the game works. Like, think about this. All right, think about this.
Like, it'll be in the media for like a week, bro.
But think about this. You're an Eagles fan, right? Of course, I know. You're an Eagles fan.
I'm not kind of.
Michael Vick. How many people were out there saying, hey, Peter motherfuckers, I'm never going to buy tickets to an NFL game again if Michael Vick is starting as their quarterback? Would you rather get that out the way now or have it linger for another said amount of weeks?
Man, that Michael Vick shit still lingering. So I mean, like.
And you know what? The NFL has made more money since then.
I know. So they don't care as long as they make a bread. Ain't nobody gonna stop watching football or buying tickets, bro. Like, I don't know what they're talking about. Like, it has to be something like super drastic in order for some shit like that to happen.
Like somebody having to murder somebody.
Like dead ass serious. And they got to be like on some cold blooded shit. Like, and then they try to bring, but they wouldn't even bring that in because that right there in itself would like really make them look bad and other shit like that. But then again, it would depend on who the player is.
You damn right it depends on who the player is because Deshaun Watson, for all intents and purposes, is a top 5 quarterback.
Yeah, I'll think about that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
I guarantee you this. If this was motherfucking Sam Darnold, nobody would care.
Sam Darnold would get put out there like that. Oh my God. It was Sam Darnold. So it was goddamn how about Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, if this was Sam Darnold, they'd be like, oh, he's out the league. Are you guys happy?
That motherfucker ain't got no skills.
And he ain't got no clout neither.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing now is I'm looking at so we pretty much agree that whether it's 6 games or 8 games or whatever, Deshaun Watson is going to play this football season. We agree, right?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. So now let's just say Roger Goodell does honestly, listen, I am not condoning anything that Deshaun Watson is accused of or may have done. I agree with David when he says that Deshaun Watson is a habitual dick shower. I'm just saying, like, and the thing that is actually funniest to me is that the judge, Sue Robinson, said that while Deshaun Watson's crimes were inappropriate, they were nonviolent.
Nonviolent, yeah.
So that means, you know how many bitches I mooned in high school? So would that certify as nonviolent?
Bro, you know half of this shit, bro. You know all this shit we really did, bro. But nowadays, bro, that shit would have been like, oh man, I grew up in the right time. Let me tell you.
You ain't never lied.
Oh man, bro. Hey, I mean, I ain't gonna say they soft. I mean,
no, I get what you're saying. You seen the second Coming to America, right?
Yeah, I seen that.
Remember in the barbershop scene where Eddie Murphy says, well, I'm sorry you can no longer grab a woman at your own free will. And the barber says, don't worry, I got it in when I was young.
I hate that movie. But yeah. That shit was not good, bro.
Stop it. I love that movie because it would never equal up to the first. I love what they did. But anyway, we don't mean to jump topic, and we're not we are not trying to disrespect women, and by no means. By no means. But now I'm gonna talk about Deshaun Watson, the football player, and the Cleveland Browns situation. So, if Deshaun Watson is indeed gone for 6 games, which I believe the NFL should leave it alone because you want this situation to go away, because the bottom line is he ain't going to jail for this shit. He's not going to jail. He will be an NFL quarterback at some point in time. He's too good of a quarterback not to be. Again, as we said, if this was Sam Darnold, he'd be out the league. The situation would have been done with 6 months ago. So, now, Deshaun Watson gone 6 games, right? Cleveland Browns, first 6 games of the season. Week 1, Carolina. Oddly enough, you may be playing Baker Mayfield.
Dub. No matter who they play in Carolina, they trash. Dub. Jacoby Brissett, Deshaun Watson, me. Dub.
Yeah, I think even I could. I mean, hey, I could hand the ball off to Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb.
Real talk.
Week two against the New York Jets. Once again, you could be handing the ball off to Nick Chubb or Kareem Hunt.
I don't know, man. The Jets got some people on there in this draft, and then Zach Wilson might do something the second year. You know, he got a grand offseason.
Well, that's Cleveland's home opener.
Cougar Valley.
Yeah, but Zach Wilson got the Cougar, but that's Cleveland's home opener.
Man, please. Yeah. I'm sorry. We talking about Cleveland.
Yeah, that's Cleveland's home opener against the Jets.
I don't think of Sam Darnold again. My bad. Nah. I don't want with that quarterback though, because the Jets defense ain't that bad though.
No, the Jets defense is not that bad, but neither is Cleveland's defense.
Yeah, we'll have to see. That's still up in the air for me.
So we got week 1 against the Panthers, week 2 against the Jets, week 3 at home against the Steelers.
They gonna catch that hell.
Mitch Trubisky is the quarterback for the Steelers now.
Yeah, it don't matter. The Steelers a well-coached team, bro.
Yeah, that's a very true statement. You got week 4 at Atlanta, Marcus Mariota.
Let me see. That's a new system for him. Who they got? They got some receivers. It's really gonna be suspended.
Mm-hmm.
They got what's the boy? Didn't they get a new one this draft? Yeah, they got the what's his name? They did get a wide receiver this draft.
The fact that you can't remember his name tells me all I need to know.
I mean, but you're a rookie, and I really ain't been diving in the training camp like that. But I know that he went there. But and Mariota can win you some games too, though. But I don't think he's gonna beat Cleveland with that defense. So yeah, they can win that job.
And that's that. Okay, so that's week 4. Week 5 is home against the Chargers. I don't see them winning that game.
Oh, they catching the hell for sure.
And then you got week 6, home against the Patriots.
Again, well-coached team. So, but you know, just on paper, yeah, it did. The thing about football season, week by week, who injured, who's healthy, weather. It could be so many factors. But on paper, yeah, they can catch that. They gonna catch that L to Belichick.
Well, what I see off the first 6 games of Cleveland's season, I could see them easily finishing at 3-3.
Yeah.
Possibly 2-4 if you catch a team by surprise. So, okay. So let's say you finish 3-3 and Deshaun Watson comes back. This is a 17-game season. That means you got 11 more games to go. Now, Cleveland's schedule gets significantly tougher after week 6. You got at the Ravens, versus the Bengals, home at the Dolphins, at Buffalo, home to Tampa, at Houston, at the Bengals, home to the Ravens, home to New Orleans, at Washington, and at Pittsburgh, at Jackson. Oh shit, I'm going into preseason. Ha! Okay, their last game of the season is at Pittsburgh.
Honestly, the only thing I can see a for sure win in there is the Houston game, and I can't even really. And it all depends on Carson Wentz with the Commander game, because the Commander defense is still, I believe, is a great defense. And if they just get them a quarterback, they be all right over there. I hate to say that about them, but I don't hate them like I hate Cowboys. So,
you don't see them beating Jacksonville?
Oh, no, I believe Doug's going to turn that little thing around with Trevor Lawrence. There's going to be a little scene over there.
I actually believe that, too. I actually believe they have the perfect coach for Trevor Lawrence.
They do, yeah. They definitely do have the perfect coach. I see him doing good. Because Doug won't bad over here as much as people talk about.
Doug won your Super Bowl. What do you mean Doug wasn't that bad?
Yeah, no, but I ain't saying that. You know what I'm saying? For him to only be there for the time that he was there, he should have been there longer. But that thing with Carson Wentz and all that shit was just ugly. But yeah, I mean, I believe he's a good coach. So I mean, I can't tell me nothing. So I believe that with Trevor Lawrence supposed to be the second coming of Andrew Luck, and they was just looking at the stats he did, but I mean better once Urban Meyer crackhead ass got out of there. So I mean he was so they so I believe, you know what I'm saying, they may do some good shit. So I mean,
so what do you see the Cleveland Browns, perhaps their end of their season record being 17 games? We have them both starting 3-3 after 6 games. So what do you see their final record being?
They in a tough division. I mean, they in a tough division, bro. You got the Bengals. You still got the Ravens, who was still doing good prior to all the injuries. They were doing great. I mean, they were ahead of the.
They were the number 1 seed before Lamar Jackson got hurt.
Yeah, exactly. So you got them, you got Cincy, and then you still got Pittsburgh, who could, you know,
a well-coached team.
A well-coached team, yeah. So it's tough. Like I said, that's what I can't even. Like, the AFC period, like, you can't even predict that jump, bro. That thing is, like, full of heavy hitters. So, I mean, it's like, I've never been so excited for a football season because there's so many teams that it's like, I want to see outside of my team play. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because there's so many stacked teams, especially y'all division, AFC West, I want to say, is right? That's y'all,
yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, y'all are crazy, bro. So.
Bro, we got a super division. We've heard of super teams. You never heard of a super division. That's the AFC West this year.
I mean, from top to bottom, bro. Like, that joint is crazy. So I can't wait to see that. And everybody's stacked over there. Y'all games are going to be like y'all battle tested. They got to be on TV, bro. That thing's going to be crazy.
Oh, all the time. All the time.
Yeah.
You know, there's a possibility because of the new playoff seeding. Well, I guess this is the 3rd year in it. There is a possibility where all 4 teams from the AFC West could make the playoffs.
But why should I tell you this year? Because if they don't and something go down like that, it's going to be a rule change for next year. And I promise you they're going to look into that. If a good team don't make it and some trash-ass team get in there, and that good team don't get to make it based on the way that they got it now, it's going to be a change, bro. Because don't nobody want to, everybody, you want to see the best possible team in the playoffs, no matter the record. Like, they should just be like, if you win an X amount of games, you should be able to go to the playoffs. So it shouldn't just be based off.
I don't disagree with you, but here's my only thing. If they were going to make a rule change, and I agree with everything that you just said, but think about 2020. 2020 was the first year that we had 7 teams in the playoffs. Washington makes the playoffs at 7-9. Why didn't they change the rule then? Right. You see what I'm saying?
Fuck that. Like, don't fuck with my mind right now.
But off of Deshaun Watson, let's get to Kyler Murray. This is what we talked about a couple nights ago. Kyler Murray was supposed to be such a wonderful week for him last week. Signs a contract, $230, $160 million guaranteed. And then the next day, we hear about the study clause that's in his contract, which ultimately on Friday ends up getting removed.
Hey.
What do you think of that whole... Who looks worse, Kyler Murray or the Cardinals?
And the Cardinals don't give a shit. They wanted to make him look bad. Kyler Murray look worse. First, was dumbass for signing it, because I know he pretty much seen it was already in the jump like that. He should have been had that removed before he even signed the contract. But, you know, whatever. He don't study, so he probably ain't read the contract.
Hey, you dumb, bro.
But that's on him, dog. Like, come on now. Like, honestly, you at that level, you know what I'm saying? Everybody puts in that work, you know, who trying to really do it. You know what I mean? And they did that shit to make them look bad, talking about they ain't what they intended. What do you mean you ain't intended? Come on now. You wouldn't even put that in there if that was the case. And it wouldn't even have got leaked out. They did that to make them look bad because they really were stuck with him at the quarterback position, basically. And they were in this lose-lose situation. So they was like, look, we'll pay him, but we going to make that man look bad. Like, you don't really want this. And so, I mean...
I agree.
What they did.
I think that, and this is what I said earlier on the podcast, I think it's a 50-50 situation. I think both equally look as bad because, one, Kyler Murray gave them a reason to put this in his contract. And if you're the Arizona Cardinals, why would you embarrass your quarterback that you just guaranteed $160 million to?
Exactly. Because I don't want to give you everything that you try to make me look like a fool. That's great. That's the truth.
And one thing we talked about, we saw that the statement that the Cardinals released, we didn't want this clause to get the backlash that it did. Oh, yes, you did. Yeah, you did. Because even though you removed the clause from the contract, the damage has already been done.
Exactly.
This is going to stick with Kyler Murray for the rest of his career.
Unless he do something.
It don't matter what he does. If ever he struggles as a quarterback, what are they going to say? Did you study? Were you studying film?
But I'm saying unless you do something this year, unless the Cardinals do something this year, they can get that offer.
Man, let me tell you something. I don't disagree with, now see, Patrick Mahomes, and I didn't say this on the podcast. Patrick Mahomes said something in regards to how black quarterbacks always have the goalpost moved back. I don't disagree with that. But in this case with Kyler Murray, this is the first time that this has ever been put in a contract.
Exactly.
You know, and this wasn't put in Patrick Mahomes' contract, Dak Prescott, Deshaun Watson, Donovan McNabb, Michael Vick, and Michael Vick said, I threw the fucking tape in the trunk of my car. And this was never put in his contract. It wasn't put in Aaron Brooks, Doug Williams. I'm going Randall Cunningham. I'm going all the way back. So this clearly is an isolated incident right here. So while I understand what Patrick Mahomes is saying, I understand it and I appreciate it because we always try to make black athletes, particularly, in football, particularly black quarterbacks, look less than. But Kyler Murray did some shit to warrant this contract. And just maybe, I don't know this for fact, maybe this is the reason why the Arizona Cardinals have fizzled at the end of the last 2 seasons. Now, be that as it may, they took the clause out the contract, but like I said, the damage has been done. You think he's not going to study more film now?
Yeah, but that's what I said. If he does something this year, then it'll be off of him because it's like you can't. He took that whatever they told him, and then he took it to heart, and he got himself in that thing, and he made it a priority to study film and learn the team. Honestly, like they said, if he's doing all this right now at the beginning of the season without even putting in the work, imagine if he did put in the effort,
Now, I don't disagree with what you're saying as far as if he puts in the work. Where we disagree on is it ain't going to be just this year. If he struggles at the quarterback position this year and beyond, this is a narrative that is out about him now. Is that if he struggles, now, okay, he could put up 40 points a game. If his defense is shit, ain't nobody gonna bother him. It's like the Aaron Rodgers situation. For years, we always said Aaron Rodgers did this, that, and the third. Green Bay's defense was trash. So Kyler Murray could have that narrative working on his side. But if it's a big game and Kyler Murray throws in a double coverage and throws a pick, or if he misses a blitz, the first thing that's gonna be said is, did he study? I said this on the podcast. I'm gonna say this to you. I'm waiting for the game that happens when Kyler Murray struggles, and I'm not wishing this on him, but I'm waiting for the game when he's at LA playing the Rams or at San Francisco playing the Niners, and he's having a bad game, and the crowd is gonna chant, did you study? Clap, 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 clap. Did you study? It's coming. That narrative is never leaving him.
Yeah, he ain't gonna care, man. I mean, like I said, it all depends on how tough his skin is, bro. I mean, he already know it's been out there. They took it out there. They put it out there already on him. So, I mean, he got to deal with it.
He does. But you know what? At the end of the day, he got his money.
Hey, that's what he wanted. He got what he wanted.
Hey, that bank of idiots still cashes $160 million checks.
I take it.
I'll take it too.
I'll be your fool. Nah, but yeah, man, he just needs to make sure that he do good this year because you're right. That thing is gonna stick to him, and I hope he can live up to the hype and that money that he got paid. Right, he's gonna get worse.
What's that you got clicking in the background?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You lying ass bastard.
That whack.
What you got clicking in the background, no?
I ain't got nothing clicking, man. I'm just chilling, man.
Man, you lying your ass off, bruh.
You worry about what I'm doing over here, shit. I ain't going over here, my God.
Well, it ain't just me that's hearing this, all the YouTube listeners.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Ain't got nothing, man. Yeah.
Oh, see, hey, I'm sorry, America. You see how fast that clicking stopped?
Let me be.
So, okay, transition out of the sports realm. Will Smith's apology, bro.
Man, I'll be honest with you, bro. I stopped looking at it the first time he got slapped.
The first time? There was another time?
I don't be like, hey, he apologized to the man. All of that shit be hype to me because it seems like they just do that shit to bring each other out, is what I feel like. But whatever he decides to do, he's good, bro, I guess.
I look at it like this. If you're a real Will Smith fan, then you don't feel no type of way.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. He slapped the fuck out of him. If he ain't fight him, he ain't got a problem with it. He should have pulled it right then there. Fuck that. You would slap me, nigga. I'm gonna slap you back. Wherever we at.
I just look at all of these people who are throwing shade on Will Smith's apology, saying this, that, and the third. First of all, if you won't at the Academy Awards or you want Chris Rock's jaw, he don't owe your bitch ass an apology.
That's the problem. Everybody into everybody's business, man. Like, I mean, if he felt some type of way, he'll settle it, bro. That's just what it is. Like, I mean, you walked up on it, you said somebody he didn't like it, you smacked your ass. You respond, you support it. That's honest. That way, right? Wouldn't you? Like,
bro.
Wherever you are. The shock factor, I mean, just the sheer getting, like, the disrespect of the smack coming across his face in front of everybody, you just step back. Oh, he's a man. Nah, nigga, he ain't no man. We got smacked. You gotta fight back. You gotta fight after that. Right? You just got to.
I mean, but I just look at all of the shade that's been thrown at Will Smith's apology. I'm looking at it like this. Mm-hmm. Everybody and their mama want to sit there and say what they would have done had they been in that situation, but they weren't in that situation. Okay, so
they can't say shit.
They can't say shit.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with Will Smith's apology. The only thing I think Will Smith needs to do, I just think he need to leave Jada alone.
Man, you can't tell that man who loves, right?
I ain't gonna tell him who to love. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I love my kid's mom. We ain't together no more.
Hey, man. Hey.
That's all. I'm not being funny. I'm being real. Kid was over here earlier today after I finished the podcast, and she was telling me about transgressions in life, and I told her, I love you so much. I said, I love you till the end of time. I always will. It's just some shit that I'm not dealing with no more.
Good Lord, I'm about to go on a cough tantrum.
You said what? Who's going on a cough tantrum?
I'm good, bro.
Okay, you okay?
Yeah.
I ain't got to call 911 on my cell phone, do I?
No, man.
Okay.
No, that shit just went down the wrong pipe. No.
I understand.
No bueno, you know.
I understand. But I'm just like, I ain't telling him no to love. That's just my opinion. I think that he should just leave Jada alone.
Yeah.
You know, because he said something that, you know, that when Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell me to go up there? No, but I said this. When you're a man who's been with a woman for a certain amount of time, you know your woman. Just like your woman knows your man. You know that look of nigga, you better.
Yeah.
Or woman, you better. You know, but other than that, I don't have no issue with his apology because it's, like I said, it's easy for people to throw shade and act like they shit don't stink when they ain't put in that situation. Now, I believe that Chris Rock and Will Smith will eventually be seen in public again together, and they will make a bag off of this bitch. Chris Rock is getting the bag now because his face took the abuse. And he should get the bag because his face took the abuse. But remember when Mike Tyson bit Evander Holyfield? Of course you do.
Absolutely.
How much money have those two made together just off of that incident?
Yeah, I mean, tragedy sells, bro. And they know that. Hollywood knows that. So, I mean, it's part of the theatrics to get you to pay attention. Something drastic happens, you remember it forever, as we do about everything itself.
As we will.
Like, as we will. It live on forever.
But see, the greatest thing about failure, if you're, blessed enough to live through it, the greatest thing about failure, and this is not just for celebrities, it's for anybody, for me and you, the greatest thing about failure is that when you fail, you have a chance to recover, and when you recover with more knowledge, which means the next time you're put in that situation, you now know what to and what not to do. So I'm sorry, I know I got deep right there.
Man. Twat deep.
I hate your fucking guts.
Yeah, man. But I mean, he ain't got a problem with it. You can see he going through it, but he's sticking with it. I mean, who knows why? Only he does. So if he like it, I love it.
Right, because I'm a real Will Smith fan, just like I know you are.
Yeah.
I want that motherfucking Bad Boys 4 to come out.
Yeah.
I don't, the slap, whatever. I seriously see this in a couple of years, Chris Rock and Will Smith doing a parody on this. And everybody's going to laugh about it. Will Smith banned from the Oscars for 10 years. Who cares?
I'm laughing about it now. Man, ain't nobody worried about no damn Oscars. Man, I ain't even... Bro, I promise you, I ain't know nothing about the Oscars until you got that.
And that's what I'm saying. My homie Tony was telling me that there was people out there, just people who were watching the Oscars, not in person, but watching it on television, talking about Will Smith owes me an apology because I had to watch that. Bitch, shut up.
Man, these people watch all kinds of shit talking about a smack. Man.
Here's the thing that motherfuckers need to do. And I looked at the numbers. After Will Smith smacked Chris Rock, the Oscars viewership doubled.
Yeah, because won't nobody watching that shit.
Exactly. So niggas need to be telling Will Smith, thank you for making it interesting.
They probably hit him on the, they probably say, yo. They put him in that little mic piece. They go, look, they something with a real face. They something about your face, so we can get some people in here, because I know this motherfucker's gonna come up here and smack the shit out your ass. And so they can get some more viewers, bro, because ain't nobody watching no damn Oscars, bro.
And after he smacked him, they probably said, hey, Will, do you think you can go up there and kick him in the nuts? That
shit was staged. That was Hollywood at its finest.
And that's why a lot of people thought this shit that it was staged, because a bunch of Hollywood niggas in there.
Yeah, that's all it was, bro. That shit was staged. Nice little clean cross and a painted smack. Woo! You know, a real Ric Flair gun.
Oh, man. But, bro, I appreciate this, man. Hey, listen. In the next 3 weeks, I'm going to be hitting you up, Tony, David. I want you guys on 3-way, 4-way. I don't give a fuck. Because I want all of you guys' football opinions. I want...
Yeah, I'm into this season.
Yeah, I want all of your opinions and everything. And we're going to make this good content. We're going to make it funny. We're going to make it do what it do.
Absolutely. I need to come up with a intro jump. You know?
You do, because with David, when I say with David, I say when Cousin David's on the line, what time is it? David says it's time to get fucking stupid. So I need you to come up with one too.
Oh, you know me. It's going to be all right.
Well, you got time to think about that, broski.
Just play some chat music. Why don't we go? Yeah, bro.
But I'm going to get at you, bro. All right, I appreciate you.
All right, bro, easy. I will holler back at you later.
Yes, sir.
All right, my guy.
All right. You heard the beeps. That means my phone was about to die. But you know what? I'm glad I could get Brother Sean on the line. Sports Plus Life talking ish. Your boy Brandon Brevon Towns. I'm out this beer. Peace, and I love ya.